Hi everyone, Janie here. Thanks for stopping by today. I truly appreciate you all so much. Today I have a project that I really hope you like, and if you do, it would mean so much to me if you would give this a thumbs up and share it. And also, I hope you consider subscribing if you haven't already, and if you do, I hope you click on that little bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you all so much, and now let's get started. Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a creative fun fold card like this using the InLoveArts creative pop-up card cutting dies. And once you take all the pieces apart, not only do you have a die to cut out that card, but you have dies for absolutely every layer of the card, which definitely makes things easier. So the one thing you should know is that this die is too long for a standard mat, so you would have to run it through and then move it over and run it through again. Or if your Cuttlebug or die cutting machine has the longer mats, then that would be perfect to use. Or if you have a die cutting machine that does the 8.5 by 11 inch. So those are the different ways to cut this out. For those of you that don't have the longer plates for your die cutting machines, I'm going to show you how to do it with the standard plate, so watch carefully. What I really love about this set is that it comes with a die for every layer that you're going to be needing, and that makes cutting things out really easy. Once I got all the pieces cut out, I realized that this has a white backside to it, which was creating stark white lines up against this really pretty kind of a burgundy wine color, and that just wasn't going to look good. And it was the same thing with these. So what I did was I used Distress ink in Tattered Rose, and I just went around the edges of everything to get rid of that white. And I also did that on these spaces too, that you're going to see once we start folding this. And that's just an option, you know, kind of a tip. If you don't want white edges to show, find a matching ink and just ink the edges. Okay, now let's start folding this. The die marks all of the areas that you're going to be folding, so that makes it really easy. And so we're going to start up here on the side, and we are going to do mountain folds just like that, and the next one will be a valley fold. And the score marks that the dies leave really make it easy to fold. So now we're going to come to this one in the middle, and we're going to do a mountain fold, and we're going to come down to the next one in the middle and do a valley fold. Okay, and let me see, we did mountain and valley, and let me see if I can remember how this goes, because I already have one I've done, and I'm actually going to be looking at it because I believe, whoops, I believe this one is a mountain and mountain and valley, just like that. So that's how it's going. We're going to turn this around, and we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So mountain folds, and then valley folds. And then we're going to go to this down the center, and we're going to do mountain and valley. And we are going to do mountain and valley. So from each end you will do mountain, valley, mountain, and valley, and the same thing here, mountain and valley. So it's easy to remember. I just have to kind of look and not make it as complicated as I do. And it's going to fold in like this, and it's going to open like that. So now we've got this part done. Now it's time to start decorating. I'm going to be using a couple of brads to decorate with, and this is what the brad looks like, but I wanted to add a little bit of gold around the edges in a distressed sort of way. So I'm going to show you really quick how I did this, because if you know me, I love using transfer foil without a machine. So for this I'm using deco foil, and I'm using it in the gold shattered glass, and I really love this. So this is how I added that. I took my button, what looks like a button, but it's a brad. So I'm taking the brad and I'm taking a glue stick. Now this is photo glue stick. It doesn't matter, whatever glue stick you can pick up at the Dollar Tree or whatever. And I'm just kind of going around the edges. You can do this to whatever part of an item you want. And then I am taking the foil and I am just pushing it on there. See how it comes off just like that? I'm just pushing it on and ripping it off, pushing it on and ripping it off. And if I miss spots like right there and I want a little bit more, then I will probably add a little bit more of the glue there. So, whoops. That's how easy it is to just add stuff like this. So I'm going to go back to that spot and I'm going to press this on and pull it off. And I'm going to do that all the way around this, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to use deco foil without a machine, because things like this won't fit through a machine. So it's not like I can say, oh, I think I'll go foil my brad through a laminator or a mink or whatever foiling machine that there is available. So I'm just doing it this way. Alright, so now I've got that done. Let's move on. By the way, if you would like some more foiling techniques that do not involve a machine, I will put a link on the screen and a link at the end of my video for you. But now we're going to move on to the place that those brads are going. And they're going to go on these two pieces, one on each side. And to make sure that I have them lined up in the exact same spot, I'm going to turn them back to back. And then I am going to use my little hole poker goodie here. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I think the center is. So line those up, put it on here, and I'm going to say right about there, and poke the hole through. So now they have a hole on each side in the exact same place. And I'm going to put those brads through before adhering this to the card, because that way I can hide these little pieces here in the back. So now I have the brads on, and now it's time to adhere them right here on the front. So I'm actually going to do all of this either off camera or really sped up, because it's going to take quite a while to adhere all of these pieces on here. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just be putting all of those little pieces that I cut out, I'm going to be putting them all on here. So I will be right back. Okay, there it is with all of those pieces glued in. So it's going to fold like that, open like that. Now there's a piece that goes in here, and I decided to cut it out of solid color cardstock that matches, and I'm going to be stamping the sentiment on there, and then I'll be putting that right there in the center. But in the meantime, I have some decorating to do, and I'm going to go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have it all decorated, and I will tell you that I can't give you links to any of the embellishments that I used because they're just old things out of my stash, because I'm trying to use, you know, what I have. And it's the same thing with the papers that I use. They are so old I'd never find links for them. But I can put a link below in the description box to this die set and to the deco foil. But anyways, this is the card. So it will fold like this. It will open like this. Now, I need your advice, okay? So originally my thought was that I wanted to put the two brads on there so that I could wrap twine or ribbon around them to create a closure, okay? So I have this ribbon that I can use. It's white with gold on the edge. It's really pretty. Or I have this twine that is white with gold in it. Or option number 3, no ribbon, no twine, leave it just the way it is. So you need to tell me below in the comments which way you think it would look best, because I'd love to hear from you. I love your opinions. You guys are all so creative anyway, so I would appreciate your advice on this. So thank you very much for that in advance. So before I go, I want to share a little tip with you. So when you make a card like this, which is small, so let me get it over here. It's about 3.5 by 4 3/4. And you're thinking, how do I mail this? Well, first of all, I can't mail it now that I put these roses on it because they're too fat. But here's my tip. Take a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then you can put them in your envelope together, and your card will fit just fine. So let's see here. I've got mine in here, believe it or not, with those roses on, but I don't think it would mail very well. It's kind of bumpy. But anyways, that is my tip on mailing a card that is not A2 size, but you want to put it in an A2 size envelope. So there you go. I don't know about you, but I like making cards of all sizes, whether they are the smaller ones like this, or A2, or 5 by 7, or 6 by 6, or slimline. And if you like making all types of cards, then click on that little bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And talking about videos, here is a foiling one that might interest you, and a link to my card making playlist. And below in the description box, you'll find a 25% off discount code to InLoveArts, as well as a link to the die set I used today. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.